go ahead and important information that we can help to get out there. So hopefully we can awaken some good hearts and some noise can be made, some awareness. And I think our friend Joe Rogan has a great platform. I know you've been on the Joe Rogan show before. Are there any plans to return? Has he invited you back? I mean, he's someone that can help to spread some of this good information out there. What do you think?
Yeah, he can. And I mean, his audience is mostly centre right and far right. He sympathises with Islamophobes. He's a close friend of someone like Sam Harris. He's a close friend with and his name eludes me. It'll come to me in a second. But he's he hangs out with these Islamophobes. He sympathises with Islamophobic rhetoric. He brings them on. He never challenges them about their beliefs as far as Islam being a threat to Western democratic values. He subscribes to that kind of thinking. So, to be honest, I don't think he's really interested in hearing a counter viewpoint or people that challenge, those erroneous beliefs. I think he's made his mind up on Islam and Muslims, and that's that.
Did you see yourself kind of there? Were you there in that same pocket, being influenced by the same people? You came out from that. Do you think there's hope that possibly he can also?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I came out. I went into Islamophobia, but, from a different point of view, though. I mean, I was never an Islamophobe, and then, I became an Islamophobe while living in the world's most populous Muslim country, Indonesia. I lived there for a decade, and I was fine with Islam and I was fine with Muslims. A lot of close friends who are Muslims, but then I witnessed an Al Qaeda terrorist attack, or more specifically, Jamar Islamiyah, in 2005. On Jibbaran Beach, where about a dozen people were killed. And basically, my friends and I were effectively first responders. We had to run down the beach and, either determine who was alive, who was dead, and bring the wounded from the beach up into the nearby roadway. Now, that turned me into an Islamophobe because I became obsessed with what happened with that night. Obviously, because I've done a double degree on my way to attaining a double degree in terrorism. That short period of my life from 2005 to about 2009, I did subscribe to the type of bigoted beliefs which were espoused by Sam Harris and Richard Dawkins and the like, and Christopher Hitchens. But then when I pulled myself out of it by researching Islam, and I did that on my own, because I wrote a book on the Quran and I wrote a book about the life of the Prophet Muhammad. It was only when I did a research of his life did I understand how Islamophobes and Islamic extremists like bin Laden or Baghdadi decontextualize the Quran in a way which is totally inconsistent with what Muhammad meant. And you can only understand what the Prophet Muhammad meant when you understand his biography and his life and where he was at any given point in his life. So, it was Islam which, a terrorist attack which turned me into an Islamophobe, and it was Islam which brought me out of it.
Joe Rogan, right now, we'll get him this direct message, God willing. And now you're sitting across from which guest can you picture in your mind on the Joe Rogan show? If he, when he hears this, to set it up, who would it be?
It could be any host of them. There's so many now. He's had, any number of guests he's had on before. I'd be happy to sit across.
You're ready to go. You get the call. You're ready to come back on and challenge some of those falsehoods.
Yeah. Oh well. There's Sam Harris, there's Richard Dawkins.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyone he picks.
Okay, we call it Sam Harris, fine.
Sam, okay. CJ, we appreciate the wonderful work you're doing. Thank you so much.
Yep, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
How can people now, if they want to follow some of your work, you have a podcast also, please tell us about that.
Yeah, sure. The best way to follow me is on Twitter at CJ Werleman. That's CJWERLEMAN. And I have a podcast called, which is Channel the Rage. You can find that on iTunes. We've now done about 54, 55 episodes. The whole purpose of the podcast is to give a voice to the voiceless, or rather Muslim victims of the global war on terror and discrimination. We have guests who can dial in from Muslims from India, Muslims from Myanmar, Muslims from Uyghur Muslim refugees. We've had a number of those guys on. So yeah, it's trying to reveal what's happening around the world. Stories about Muslims that Western media refuses to tell.
Keep speaking truth. Thank you very much. It's very nice, an honor to have you back on the program. God willing, we'll meet again soon sometime.
For sure, mate. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, CJ, for being with us here on The Dean Show. We really appreciate you speaking the truth and being out there on the forefront, creating awareness. And we just got to hear some very sad news. It reminds us that holding on to this Dean will be like holding on to the hot coals, as it's been stated. And you see that the people who have been made to look like those who are causing terrorism, havoc on the lands, are the people who are the most oppressed, the Muslims. And as CJ Werleman confirmed, in academic circles, counter-terrorist academics all confirm there's nobody in this area of expertise that will come out and say that Islam is the cause of terrorism. Muslims are the growing threat to this country. This is, as he said, this is fiction. This is false. But you do have a true narrative that's out there, people who are trying to create dissension through fear, through your ignorance. So make sure that you get informed on what Islam is, what Muslims are all about here at The Dean Show. Send us your questions. We have a live chat box. We have a phone number, 1-800-662-ISLAM. In this day and age of misinformation, you got to be careful what you're looking for. They'll attack you. You go out there looking for hate, you're going to find it. And then those cookies that they have, they're going to keep sending you more and more. But you have to make a commitment within yourself. I want to know the truth. I'm going to be what? Genuine and sincere in that quest for the truth. Because the truth shall set you free, and it's out there. But if you're already angry and you're bitter, you're not happy in life, and you go down that path of seeking misinformation and following people out there who are spreading misinformation, it's not going to help you feel any better. So be genuine, be sincere in your quest to want to know the truth. We're here to help you. Call us, visit us, subscribe to The Dean Show. Click on the notifications tab so you can be informed when our next show comes out. And we hope that you make that genuine attempt to learn really what Islam is about, what Muslims are about. Keep visiting us. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time here on The Dean Show. Peace be with you. Assalamu alaikum.
Please subscribe to The Dean Show. Follow us on our official Facebook and Twitter pages in the links below. Please also help support The Dean Show by making a donation in the link below.